Hey YouTube, it's Reese Shin. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on my videos. Question: what does Matt Gaetz, Jacob Wohl, and Andrew Caldwell have in common? That they'll do anything to stay relevant. If you ask, you don't know who Jacob Wohl is? Let me just share. So according to ABC News, Twitter suspends aggressive Trump supporter Jake Wohl for fake accounts. So apparently there was a USA Today article. So USA Today reached out to Jacob Wohl and asked, they were interviewing him. And at some point during this interview, it came out that he planned to fabricate enormous left-wing online properties like Twitter and Facebook accounts, which can be used to steer the left-wing votes in the primaries to what we feel are weaker candidates compared with Trump. So right now he is so bent out of shape about all of his Twitter accounts being permanently suspended. Now, Jacob Wohl is the same brilliant 21-year-old who tried to frame Roger Mueller, special counsel, for rape. Try to frame him. And that's the thing about hubris that'll always mess you up. When you think you're smarter than everybody else. When you're so arrogant that you think you can outsmart everybody, that's when everybody comes together to take you down. In a matter of minutes, Jacob Wohl, when he came out with that Robert Mueller thing, in a matter of minutes, he was taken down. First, he approached Robert Mueller using this fake private investigation agency. Robert Mueller, the special counsel, then immediately reported him to the FBI. Then it just snowballed from there. So then you didn't really hear from Jacob Wohl now, which should be, that's a telltale sign of a narcissist, because if you don't, they have to be in the spotlight. So now I forget this chick, there's another extremely sick individual, such a woman, I think her name is Jennifer Warren or something, like, I can't remember it. I never even knew who she was until this recent issue with Jacob Wohl, and I still don't really get who she is. But apparently she's another right-wing propagandist that has decided she is not above lies and deceit to stay relevant. So again, Jacob Wohl, even though he flat out lied and tried to tamper with the special counsel, that Twitter didn't suspend his account. It wasn't until he admitted that he was creating bots to influence or to drive the left to vote for weaker candidates so Trump could win president. That is, that's it's election tampering. You're trying to influence the election. Twitter found that out. Bam! He was gone. And he's upset. He thinks that's Twitter shutting him down is in violation of his First Amendment rights. No, it's not. No, you're going against their policy. And so, yeah. They're not stopping you from talking. You just can't use Twitter to do it. So, yeah. You violated the Twitter rules. You're not in Twitter jail. You just done. Twitter's not messing with you no more. But you still got Facebook. Now, let's talk about Matt Gaetz, who is a sitting congressman from Florida. I love Florida. It hurts my feelings to see the craziness that comes out of Florida. Florida is a beautiful state. They got some of the most craziest stories that come out of Florida. just like, y'all, what? This is a sitting congressman. I'm pretty sure you guys have already heard that he tweeted to Cohen the night before Cohen was to testify. Let's see, what did he say? Trying to find it. And I thought I had it, but I don't. But I will tell you. So basically, he came out and said, you know, your girlfriend, I wonder if your wife knows about your girlfriends. Your wife and your father-in-law know about your girlfriends. I wonder if they know about that. You think they know? You know, you think she's going to be faithful to you when you're in prison? She's getting ready to learn a lot. That's the gist of what he sent. That's what he tweeted. Matt Gaetz, this sitting congressman from Florida, tweeted to Michael Cohen. Nancy Pelosi then checked him. Now, before she checked him, he went on the floor to talk about this, you know, the Michael Cohen and how they shouldn't hear from him and he's a liar and just trying to smear this man. Nancy Pelosi got on Twitter and said, you might want to calm that down. Anybody that does that, you need to calm that down. So then he comes back and says, okay, you know, I chose the wrong words. Then the man, the day of the Cohen hearings, shows up and is in the hearing. He wanted to become a part of it, according to, I believe it was the Tampa Bay Times. He wanted to be added to the roster to be one of the congressmen that questioned him, but he's not on the committee, and they would not allow him to be on the committee. They blocked that. According to Gaetz, the Democrats blocked him. Republicans should have too, but if you saw Jim Jordan and Mark Meadows, you know, there had enough people just behaving unbecoming of a congressperson. Yeah, they're bad. Both of them were bad actors in that whole. Anyway, but so then it just gets even better. So, still reading from the Tampa Bay Times. And this is a quote from the Tampa Bay Times. And he also vigorously denies claims that he'd been in touch with anyone at the White House regarding Cohen's testimony this week, after a reporter said Gaetz had a phone conversation with President while the president was in Vietnam negotiating the North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Recent conversations between Trump and Gaetz could mean that the president is coordinating with allies to discredit Cohen. Witness tampering. Now let's talk about Andrew Caldwell. I have not been watching Heathen Central and the Usher Board because though I love what they do and I love their channel and I'm still a member of both channels, it is hard to watch and listen to Andrew Caldwell. It is just hard. He, again, will say anything to be relevant. He'll say anything to be relevant. It's very hard. Today, I was flipping through YouTube and came across, I believe it was the Usher Board's, channel. And Andrew is in Atlanta. He's in a nice hotel. Yep. He's talking about how he's in Atlanta and he had just had breakfast with his security team and his staff, and I just like, you know what? I just can't do this. It really bothers my spirit. It makes no sense to me. Jacob Wohl will say anything to stay relevant. He so desperately wants to be a part of Trump's campaign, Trump's team. He wants to stay in good graces with Trump and be in his hemisphere. Matt Gaetz, same thing. Andrew Caldwell doesn't have the Trump. He's not trying to hang on to. And at one point, I've heard Andrew say nice things about Trump, and then the next thing you know, he'll be slamming Trump. I think that's because he understands the writing on the wall. People already make fun of him. If he went down the Trump way, they would totally and completely discredit. The things that people would say about Andrew would be far worse than what they say about him now. Right now, they tolerate and make fun of his lies. But if he ever flipped over and started and became a Candace Owen, oh, it would be over with. It would be over. Candace Owens is another one. She's not even worth talking about. Neither is that one chick that Mark Meadows, in the congressional hearing with Michael Cohen, paraded in front of the whole audience, and then got mad because the congresswoman, and I forget, from Michigan, Tlaib, called him out on his racism. I am not racist. I have yet to hear a racist not claim that they're... I have yet to hear a racist not deny their racism. Every racist I've ever met in my whole life, and everything they've said and done is racist. They'll come and, no, I'm not a racist. Yeah, you are. I can't be a racist. I have a black friend and I have black relatives. I work for this chick that was white. It's when I was an instructor at a local college. And we were in her office, and for some odd reason, she decided to say the N-word. And it wasn't just me in the office. And I just looked at her like, I can't believe you just said that. Now, her excuse, well, I can't be racist because I adopted a child of color. Okay. And yet you let the N-word slip out your mouth like it was no big thing. But nope, you're not a racist. Okay. And then, of course, you know, Mark Meadows, it wasn't going to be long before that somebody was going to be able to find something about, you know, his racist background. Lo and behold, 2012, what was he talking about? Sending Obama back to Kenya. And then his excuse, I believe it was yesterday, today, when it was brought to his attention, like, yeah, we found this thing from 2012. Oh, I was just saying that because, you know, I was running for office and that was, you know, that was what was going on. But anybody that knows me knows that, you know, I don't have a racist bone in my body. Really? So what do they all have in common? They'll do anything to stay relevant. Anything. Michael Cohen warned them and said it best. He said, I am responsible for this silliness that I see before me. There wasn't anything that I wouldn't say or do to support Trump. You see what happened to me. Let my life and my choices be the warning of what will and can happen to you.